Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and today we are looking at the Wood Bison mod, which is a mod made by Bubblywums and LeafProduction. Now this is a bit of an older mod as far as I can see. So when we look at a lot of the newer ones, the modders have learned a lot since then. But again, if they should go back and redo every single old mod every time they learn something new, they wouldn't have time to give us anything new. So yeah, I will try to keep that in mind and I will ask you to do the same. However, the wood bison is a subspecies of the American bison, which I believe we already have in the game. The American bison have two subspecies, in this case the wood bison, but we also have the plains bison. And just here to go through what the differences is. For the wood bison, the horn is clear, boned, and not woolly, where it's covered in dense wool. For the plains bison, the back have this hump for the wood bison, the ones we look at, so we will need that. Where the plains one is flat, they have the reduced chops, which is these, I believe, underneath here, this hanging portion on the chest, and they have no clear cape, which on the plains bison it have this very clear structure change. So there is a few things we will look for. Of course, the wood bison is also smaller, bearded, and have a thinner throat because it doesn't have all of this fur around it. So here it is, and I know I just said that these do not have capes. However, this one clearly have, and I did triple check that this is also a wood bison. But if you look at it, the fur on this one is more like rubbed off, where on the plains bison it will just be shorter hair. This one almost don't have any. So they comes in a few variations. They also differ a little bit in colorations, the wood bisons. And we have this again, horns, fur, a mound. That is our biggest things, and then of course the hump on the back that we will be looking for. However, in here in the game, yeah, of course you're doing something weird. Here he is, the big fella, and of course the females are smaller. I think they are that with old bisons. I actually removed quite a few of them in here because they're big animals. I put 20 and they're big. So yeah, that's what that is. Let's jump into Zoopedia. Here it is. Wood bison, bison, Thabascae. And if you want to note, the American bison is called bison, and the plains bison is bison. So yeah, that's where we are with that. They are vulnerable, and there's about 10,000 of them left in the wild. They live in North America, which is the United States and Canada. Live in grassland, taiga, and temperate biomes, and one of them needs 600 square meters of land. Again, these are big grassers, so they will need a big area to move around on. However, they do not need water, but they do swim, as you may have seen in the background already. They go up to 40 degrees Celsius, which, yeah, you will have issues, for instance, in grassland, because the game go up to 42. The same with temperate, and both taiga and temperate go below 0 degrees. So give them a nice house and either some cooling or some heaters, depending on where you are in the world. You need a grade 3 fence. Again, these are heavy fillers and it need to be above 4 feet 13, which is a meter and 25 around there. Group size is from 2 to 30, and you can mix males, females, numbers, doesn't really matter. Social hierarchy is constantly in flux based on small fights, which is something we see with a lot of bovines. They are polyamorous, matriarchal, mature males related to alpha becomes outsiders. Yes, I just needed to understand that. Yes, they are confident around humans, and yes, this can injure their habitat. They only grow to about 6 feet tall, which I think is 1.80 meters, which again is smaller than some other bisons. Live for around 20 years and weigh around 2,000 pounds, which is roughly a ton. Reach sexual maturity at age 2 and can reproduce until they turn 20. Will only get a single offspring every second year, but that primarily because they are pregnant for 12 months. I think most of us would need a break after that. It should be easy to get to reproduce in captivity. For enrichment, I assume it's the American Bison stuff. Block of ice, grab ball, herb scent marker, rubbing pillar, and both scratching trees. Down here we have the small barrel feeder, the grassing ball feeder, and the hanging grasser feeder. Do not have any interspecies enrichment, which I find a little bit weird. Just to show you here again, you can see they do swim. The babies are placed a little too high, if you ask me, in the water, but swimming animation height is something that we do work a little around. Yeah, this is a barrier issue. I didn't actually notice how the males and females, the adults, swim, but maybe we will see that in a minute. As you can see here, it is quite easily to see males, females apart, which I do appreciate. I do, however, feel like there was some weird choices made with the color. I have been breeding them in here, and I also bought 20. So I think I have looked at a fair amount. None of the colorations are named, but they are not noticeable different. We have here, you can see we run into a lot of the fluffiness issue in the game, which again is this where fluff just look weird most of the time. But again, if we look straight at something, it does look much better than it does out of focus. So I don't think this is bad by any account. And they did also manage to remember that they don't have the cape like the plains one have. I look good. It does looks like it smiles here in a weird way, but I don't know what else to say, but the thing that it's weird. Here, however, we can see that if you notice that the nose go down here and continues in here, but if you look from this side, the nose is see-through, which is something that sometimes happens. It also actually appears that there comes light out from inside the nose, which also is a little weird. It's not enough to make me mad or anything like that. It's something most people probably won't even notice, so it's okay with me. One here you can see without fur, and it looks good overall. It have a nice texture to it, but it is a tiny bit blurry, especially up here. We have the line here. As you know, I do not, I don't hate it, but I don't like it. But at the tail, though, is made kind of good. Again, a lot of modders have issues with these tussles, because if you make them very fluffy, it looks weird. If you make them firm like this, it looks weird. So I haven't seen any of them that doesn't look a little bit weird, but I think they get away with it nicely here. I do really like the texture they gotten in here, and we can even see the small strands of hair, so it's not naked back here. It's just how it is. Again, it's a little bit smaller than the plains one. It have the hump, no hair here, and it have a thinner neck because it doesn't have all of the things going on down here with fluff. The color though is a tiny bit weird for me because I know they can be that color. They certainly can, but if we look at pictures on Google, most of them are not, which yeah, it's just something I just wanted to point out. I'm not sure if this is because the modders have seen one specific bison that they modeled it after. That is a possibility that they have a zoo around them where they love this specific one. But then I would just wish that they had multiple colorations or variations of them, because I feel like this mod have so much potential, but it just haven't been followed 100% to the door. But again, not a bad mod by any account. We also need to look at the female, I feel, especially because she is, again, made different than her mate. Or not mate, they do not mate. They breed, they don't mate. Here, she have a less fluff than the male, so overall the woolly texture here looks better. But again, we do run into that weirdness going on, which is the game again, not the mothers. Toesies have the same issue here. I would like to see the nose if that does the same thing. No, it does not. Interesting. However, it still seems like there comes a light out from inside the nose for some weird reason. But besides that, she's beautiful. There's a little bit of the fur here, but it's real small details, and it's not really anything that I feel like I have the need to get mad about. The tail actually also look a little bit better. I'm not sure if it's because it's in the shadow. I'm just gonna turn her around to see if it's the shadow making it looking better or it's actually looking better. Hard to tell. No, I think it was the shadow making it look better. But overall, I'm really digging these, and I do plan to have to actually use them for Future Life Canada. I'm not sure it's gonna be like this week, but soon, hopefully. I haven't outlined the entire zoo yet, but I'm working on it. And of course the Le Baby. And Le Baby is of course a baby. But it is also like looking like a calf because it is bovine. It has some different features from the calves, of course. Neck piece much thicker. If you look at most calves in captivity, like domesticated calves, they have like more like a thinner neck, so you have the neck and the face as two separate things, where here it looks like the face is pretty much stuck on the body and there's no neck thingy. Overall they look good. I think it's a little bit wet, so that may be why it has the shine. I think, I'm not sure. Tail looks good. Texture also overall look good. Again, it's not masterfully done. Ooh, we have those lines, but they may be glitchy lines. And if they're glitchy line, it may be my computer, so it may not happen on your. The thing is that they don't glitch in and out, so I'm not sure about it. That's glitchy, as you can see, and that's probably my computer. So again, you can have a better computer than mine, you can have a worse computer than mine. It all depends. I look beautifully. Nosy looks good. I do like that they have these strands of hair. It's not just one straight line. Do like that. And again, I really, again, I didn't look at these before I started the video. I want to react when I see things. So again, I can sometimes, of course, miss things that I notice later when I use the mods for something else. But I'm really surprised, especially because it's so older mud, and I have looked at some of the older muds, and they're not all amazing. But these are really good. Here you can see we swimming, swimming, and it actually placed a little low the female, but the male seems to be placed a little better. I don't think a swimming animation ever will look perfect of such a clumsy animal. Like, they look clumsy, that's just how it is. Yeah, I think I made my point here. So yeah. Again, they don't need water, so if you don't want to look at this a little clumsy swimming animation, then just either give them shallow water so they will just stand in it, or give them like something to drink from that's not swimmable water. That's always an opportunity. The scars looks actually also really good. Again, the scars are from the game as far as I know, but I always prefer to see how they work with the texture. And it looks good, so I'm not mad at it. Yeah, of course we needed some poop. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it. I'm not mad at it at all. I have my small pointers, but I think a lot of it is like things that are personal preferences, or things that these mothers would never miss today because they are really good mothers, both of them. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave you. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.